Out. No! Oh, this is going to be sketchy, I can already tell. No! Oh, this is going to be sketchy, I can already tell. Alrighty. Alright, folks, so I'm sorry about that. Just a little technical difficulties. We got everything straightened out now. And this will be the second game on technical difficulties. Shattered Temple, MLG Shattered Temple, and we have Rocketeer spawning as the purple Terran in the 2 o'clock position, and we also have spawning as a Terran Paradoxical in the 12 o'clock position. And it looks like Paradoxical scouted his cross map position first, and now is heading over and will find Rocketeer in the close by air spawn positions. So far, it looks like just standard openings. Looks like we have 2 refineries actually for Paradoxical, and a tech lab going down on Paradoxical's first barracks. We do have an SCV being of Rocketeers making it to Paradoxical's base. And he will see just a 2 gas, a barracks to the tech lab, and some supply depots. At the same time, we have 2 Marines moving to the back of Rocketeer's base, and he's also going to drop a factory. And it looks like a second gas is in production for Rocketeer. Be interesting to see. It looks like we have a factory going down for Paradoxical. It'll be interesting to see what he does with all this extra gas he's going to have at the beginning. It seems like he did get a Reaper out, so we do have a Reaper coming over to the Zonaga Tower just to clear that off. He's nothing there. And it looks like Rocketeer will be ready for this Reaper. He does have his Marines spread out quite nicely, but the Reaper, I believe, will go to the bottom right-hand corner of Rocketeer's base and hop up and try and get in to get some SCV kills that way. Or it'll just go chill back by the rocks for the third. And Rocketeer still has his Marines stationed here along the edge of his base, waiting for this Reaper to try and pop in. But smartly, it is biding its time down here by the back of Rocketeer's natural. At the same time, Paradoxical does drop a starport and a second factory. So we're going to have some double Hellion production coming out, but it looks like Paradoxical is supply blocked at the moment. And he does jump up with this Reaper, but the Hellion of Rocketeer will see it, but it does get taken out. And it looks like the only damage that Reaper will do will be to that Hellion. Rather even trade if you actually, it looks like he did pick off 1 worker working on a supply depot, so I'd say that Hellion or the Reaper did pay for itself but didn't do all that too much damage. We do have a medevac coming out of the starport for Paradoxical, and it looks like 2 Marines and 2 Hellions are at the front of Paradoxical's base. At the same time, Rocketeer does have his starport up and working on a medevac. And it looks like he's going to go for Blue Flame Hellions out of his factory. Rocketeer's medevac did just now pop out, and he will drop a tech lab onto the starport. So, rather mere-looking builds. But it looks like we're going to have a 4 Hellion drop for Paradoxical. No Blue Flame, just 4 normal red flamed Hellions. And I'm not sure if this will be spotted. I guess it will be spotted by Rocketeer. Rocketeer does see it and reacts by bringing over all of his Marines and his medevac along with his 2 Hellions of his own. These Hellions will try. They do pick off a worker building a supply depot, but get sucked back up and run away. So the medevac did take quite a bit of damage for Paradoxical from Rocketeer there. And now it looks like Paradoxical will pick up 2 Hellions and 4 Marines and another 4 Hellions. I believe we're going to see a lot of cross-river drop action here coming out of Paradoxical. And it looks like he will try and drop again, but 1 medevac does... Actually, no medevacs get taken out. Just all the Hellions and Marines are taken out right away, and I believe 1 Hellion did go down from Paradoxical. I think Rocketeer barely lost anything in that engagement.
He's doing pretty good for all the harass that's going on.
Yeah, pretty much all this harassment's being just held off flawlessly. And it looks like let's try and get a little bit of his own harassment down. He has 3 Hellions in the base, and the workers are pulled. He is there, and Mexico worried about. Fuck.
How do you do that?
Make you say allies and stuff. Okay. Or control enter, I guess. I didn't know control enter did it. I guess it does. Huh. Nice to know. I can't tell. I'm actually controlling the camera right now. But yeah, it looks like Paradoxal will move his expansion out, and Rocketeer has also dropped one of his own. So even though the majority of Paradoxal's harass failed, he was able to expand before Rocketeer. And it looks like he will come in with another 4 Hellions, but I believe it will be spotted before it can even be attempted to drop. And at the same time, Rocketeer is researching Cloak for his Banshees. He already has 1 Banshee out and working on a Viking. It looks like he's going to drop another Starport. And now we have a Viking is going to come and scout around in Rocketeer's base. And I believe nothing is going to happen. We might have a drop coming down from Paradoxal into Rocketeer's mineral line. It looks like the drop is going to go in, but we'll pretty much be taken out right away. These Blue Flame Hellions are just so much more powerful than the normal ones that they keep dropping. Yeah, 25 frame rate's fine. No, if anything, you should make the frame rate like 30 if it's a 25. Looks like Rocketeer does come in with a Banshee and does get quite a few kills, 5 kills and only 14 health remaining. Beautiful micro on that Banshee right there, and it is up to 6 kills now. And Paradoxal will shortly have a scan, but only with 1 orbital command that will make it tough to hold us Cloak Banshee harass off. He does have a scan, but no units to target down this Banshee, and it looks like 3 Vikings do come in. A tank is going to be built out of this factory, but the tech lab does go down. Another tank is up, but these tanks aren't going to do much against Vikings, and Paradox will just call it GG.
And there's the pause.
I don't know why he paused. I believe that was that game 2, wasn't it?
Yep, it was.
So Rocketeer will advance to play Infinity Torch in the finals of the losers bracket of the Team Infinity Placement Tournament. Yeah, TBT's not very fun. At least not for the T's.
It's really good. Is VVZ.
What the hell is Rocket doing?
Why?
He's in a game or something. Let's be watching a replay, maybe? Alright, what the hell? Alright, apparently Rocket is already making the game.
No, that's nice.
Don't need Dark Daddy anymore. I can use you. Alright, and here we go into the Alright, here we go into the finals of the losers bracket portion of the CIG Team Infinity Placement Tournament. This tournament will determine the A team and the B team for any future clan war or team activities for Clan Infinity here. And it looks like we're going to start off with our very own Rocketeer spawning in the 6 o'clock position on MLG's Metalopolis, and his opponent, Infinity Torch, one of our other Masters players in Clan Infinity, will spawn as the fashionable purple Zerg in the, I guess that'd be the 8 o'clock position of MLG's Metalopolis. Seen a few games from both these players tonight. I don't think we've seen any PVs or TVZ out of Rocketeer. I think he's been all TVTs and TVPs and recasting him. But at the same time, I can't remember if we saw any TVZs out of Torch. I believe we may have, but I'm not quite sure. Actually, I don't think the only game we cast of the Torches was when he played TTF in the semifinals there.
Yep.
And Torch does seem that he is going to be in close by air spawning positions, and
lucky him.
He will pull his Overlord back as soon as he sees his opponent's structures there.
Overlord?
Yeah, my tongue's tired. I have been casting for forget how long we've been casting for here, going on like 3 hours.
Yeah.
No, going on 4.5 hours, sorry. 2 years. It seems like we've been casting for fucking a millennium. Alright, and back to the game here, just standing. It looks like we have, I believe that was a 14 hatch from Torch. And as far as I know, Rocketeer hasn't scouted at all. No, Rocketeer did not do any scouting. He may have seen the Overlord from Torch, but I'm not quite sure.
He stole the gas steel. Oh, the gas steel for Torch?
Torch was going to go for gas steel, but Rocket said that shit ain't going to happen.
That ain't going to happen, son. Not again.
Not in my house, bitch. Looks like Rocketeer will go ahead and finish his wall off with the second supply depot. And now it looks like he does have his spawning pool about to pop, and he does have his extractor up and running. And it looks like his expansion is gonna... Looks like his expansion's about to finish, so we may see drone transfer or not. Some Zergs just don't like to... Nah, it's not really gonna matter. We could almost not stream the final match tonight. I'm fine with that. So it looks like Torch is going to build a spine crawler down here. I believe he might be worried about some kind of early harassment. Do have 3 Marines heading out, but they're not going to be able to do all that too much because the spawning pool has finished and Metabolic Boost has begun to research. And it looks like we do have a Queen about to come out. It will finish roughly the same time the spine crawler does. Looks like 2 Zerglings are out for Rocketeer. The spine towards the front of his net. At the same time, he will scout an Overlord for any medevac drops. Looks like this Queen, the main base of the Torch expansion, using that Queen of the hatchery. After that, it's most likely we'll go ahead and drop a creep tumor towards the front of the base to connect the 2 bases of creep, and then begin the slow and steady creep push across the map. And let's say a bailing nest has gone down for Infinity's Torch. At the same time, Rocketeer has moved his factory over and is going to drop a tech lab on that and a reactor on his barracks at the same time. We do have some Speedlings moving in for Torch, but Rocketeer will be able to fend those off rather well with his little contingent of Marines there. Looks like Rocket will drop another supply depot, and 2 Vikings do come out, and they will be able to clean up all these Overlords that are showing around Rocket's base. And that first Overlord kill does put Torch into the red, but we do have a bunch of Speedlings out on the map now. It looks like 21 Speedlings, but a bunch of those are going to be morphed into Banelings. So it looks like 7 Banelings are in production and 24 Speedlings on the map. It looks like 11 Banelings. So Torch will be supply blocked, but he's still producing the crap out of them Banelings. It looks like Rocketeer does have 4 Vikings out now, and we'll be able to walk around the map and pick off these Overlords pretty much as he pleases. Another one has gone down, and every one that goes down puts Torch further and further behind. But at the same time, Torch will move across the map here with his Banelings and Zerglings. And it looks like the 2 Queens will try to do some damage. They have taken out one of the Vikings, and at the same time, we do have Torch moving in with a bunch of Speedlings and Banelings. The Banelings do bust down one of the supply depots. SPVs are pulled. The majority of the Banelings do pop on the SPVs. There's 1 Baneling and a handful of Speedlings left. 1 Baneling almost made it to the middle line, but looks like it was taken out right before he could get to any of the SPVs, just spewing into that nasty Zerg acid all over the place. And it appears that all of the Vikings were taken out by the Queens of Infinity Torch.
Oh, they're right there in his base.
Oh, yep, we definitely do have 4 Vikings showing over here in Rocketeer's base. And it looks like Torch will go for a 3rd expansion up here at the, I guess that'd be the 11 o'clock. Sorry, folks, my brain's getting a little foggy. Going on 4 hours here.
Shouldn't Terran be expanding too? Because don't you want to be one expansion behind the Zerg?
Well, you'd, yeah, I mean, 1 behind's where you'd like to be, or you should be, but I'd say 1 ahead's where you'd like to be. I prefer to out-macro Zerg myself. But it looks like we will have 2 of the extractors finishing for Infinity Torch, and at the same time, Rocketeer does move into these Vikings, and we'll start picking off these Overlords once again. The Queens do move in and start focusing down on one of the Vikings. The 5th one has joined the pack. 1 does go down. So it looks like Rocketeer will put Torch so far behind, killing off all these Overlords. There was 2 Vikings, but 3 remain, and a 4th one has joined up, and Torch is down to 49 supply over 20. So he will be supply blocked for quite some time now. And at the same time, Rocketeer will move out with 3 tanks, a couple of Hellions, and a whole ton of Marines. And it looks like another Viking has come out and will join up with the rest of these forces. So now all the Vikings, tanks, and Marines, and I believe 1 Hellion will be scouting ahead. So it looks like Rocketeer may come in here and try and end this game. Torch is back in the pluses with his supply, being that Zerg can reinforce anything they want at any time. A Queen does come up and try and take out a tanks, and Speedlings and Banelings do go try to take out some Marines. Vikings do drop down to use those Gatling guns to take out a Spine Crawler. The tanks, Vikings, and Marines and 1 Hellion are just going to stutter step their way through the base here. They will take out these Evolution Chambers. I don't believe the Evolution Chambers are producing anything at the moment. More Speedlings do come down. The tanks and Marines and Vikings will just mouth through all this. It looks like a couple of Banelings and Speedlings do come out. But pretty much Rocketeer is just going to take control of this game. And there's the GG from Torch. So we will head into Game 2 of the finals of the losers bracket in the Infinity Team qualifying. I don't even know what I'm doing here.